What's wrong, Ike? Done already? Come on, son. You'll never beat me with that attitude. Ha ha ha! Think you're as stubborn as your mule-headed father? Ike, grow up big and strong. I believe you've got the makings of a great warrior.
Father, this isn't a dream, is it? This is all real. Mist, the sun's going down, and it's getting cold. Come on, let's go. Mist.
Oh, Ike.
Mist.
Why?
I was at his side, but I couldn't save him. Sorry. It's so unreal.
Dad's gone. He's gone, Ike. And I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Brother?
I'll lead the company in Father's stead, and I'll protect you all. You, the princess, everyone. I'll protect you. You'll see.
No. Brother. No.
Mist?
I won't allow it. I can't lose you, don't you see? If you go, then I'll be all alone. I won't allow it.
Not going anywhere. I promise you, Mist. Chapter 8. Despair and Hope.
Commander Greil, why is this happening? Why is any of this happening? Why now? First Crimea, and now you.
Ike.
Oh, Ike, where's Mist?
She's resting in her room. Reese and Rolf are with her.
That's good. She needs to sleep. She's been through too much. We all have. You should rest too, Ike.
I'll be all right. Grief won't bring my father back to life. I know I've been a burden on the both of you, Titania, Soren. I just need to thank you both for staying here with me. Not at all.
There's no need. Don't trouble yourself.
So, where is everyone?
Ike, to tell the truth.
Yes?
Boyd and I are back. How did it go?
I can't believe it. They just left. They didn't take one look back. Heartless scum. I'll never forgive them.
Boyd, what's going on?
Ike, are you all right?
I'm fine. Tell me what's happened. Start talking.
Well, it's... What I mean to say is, Shannon and Gotri have left us. Soren! What? There's nothing to hide, is there?
They left. Both of them? Why did they... Oh, I see. They left because of me, didn't they?
Ike...
Titania told us you were going to be the new commander. Shannon just about exploded. He and Gotri left not long ago. We went after them. We tried to talk things out, but it was a waste of time. We all knew that Ike was going to inherit command of the company, didn't we? It just happened sooner than we wanted. It was Greil's decision. If some of us aren't satisfied with that, there's no reason we should stop them from leaving. As far as losing fighting strength is concerned, we can solve that by adding new members. How can you say that? After all the battles we've been through together, how can you say that?
Forgive me, Ike. I wasn't able to stop any of this.
It's not your fault, Titania. They did what they felt they had to do. They didn't want to lose their lives to an inexperienced commander.
Ike,
Don't talk about yourself like that. I'm not saying that to gain anyone's pity. It's the truth. But even so, I have no intention of giving up command of this company.
Ike, then what will you...
I'm going to follow my father's wishes. I'm going to assume command. If everyone will accept me, that's what I'd like to do.
Of course.
I had already made up my mind. That's what I was going to do all along. What, so now you want me to start calling you boss? Is that it? Well, I can do that. Boss it is. I'm in too. Reese. Miss asleep. I know I missed most of the conversation, but I have a good idea of what you've been discussing. Commander Ike. Yes, it does have a nice ring to it.
What about you, Soren?
Ike, I'm not sure what help I could be to you. What place is there for me in a mercenary company anyway?
You're so weird. I've always depended on you, haven't I? I need your tactical knowledge. I need your objectivity. You're not going to leave me, are you, Soren?
Don't worry, I'll be here, watching over you.
Thank you. I know I'm not as experienced as most of you. I'm going to make some mistakes, but I'll try not to let you down.
Well, you're going to have a lot to learn about being commander. I'm glad you're serious, because it's a lot of work.
Tell me everything.
First, you'll need to understand company expenditures. Then, we'll talk about ensuring that everyone is properly outfitted. We can't forget the need to gather good intelligence. Oh, and you'll want to know everyone's abilities and relationships.
Uh-huh.
Earlier, I spoke with a merchant caravan that's taken refuge here in the castle. They fled Crimea at the same time we did. I told them who we are, and they asked if they could travel with us. I think they're worried about protection from Dane. In exchange, they've offered us a good rate on items and weapons. They'll also buy items and forge weapons for us.
Uh-huh.
They also said we could use their wagons to store our goods. That's one more worry off our minds.
Uh-huh.
So anyway,
Titania.
Yes?
I know I said tell me everything, but this is too much. I can't keep up. Maybe I shouldn't learn everything in one sitting. Can you show me the ropes along the way? Is that all right?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I got a bit carried away.
I'll take over for now. Why don't you get some rest?
I'm all right.
You worry too much. Get some rest. That's an order. I'll do my best to manage.
Yes, Commander.
And so, finally, here we have the base menu. Man, oh man, did this take way too long to show up. So, in the base menu, you can manage all of your units. You can trade things, check the list, give all of your stuff into the convoy, check the convoy to see all the items. You can store, by the way, 200 items, which is pretty phenomenal. For some reason, there's a vulnerary. Don't know why. Oh, and the steel ants. Okay, so it looks like they remove Gotri and Shanon's equipment anyways. I guess I just didn't know that, but not a biggie. Otherwise, you can take a look at everyone, and if I were you, now you can store everything that you aren't going to be using. This is so useful. The other big thing too is that, as they said, you have access to the shop. You can buy all sorts of really useful things there, so I would make sure you check it often. You can also take items like, say, the mage band, or even drop things between fights now, which makes cleaning up inventories so much easier. So, first and foremost, the shop. Here's the armory. So, what can I do for you? Well, here, you can buy iron swords, slim swords, iron lances, the iron axe, all sorts of goodies. This store is going to change every single chapter, so be sure to check it often. If I were you, I might recommend buying another hand axe for Boyd or Titania. Could be super useful. For now, we'll wait a bit. You can also go to the shop.
What are you looking for?
And buy a heal stave or a vulnerary. They're fine, nothing to worry about. We can also sell items. I'll buy anything you don't need, which is what I would recommend doing to both of the bows from Shannon. Ideally, you haven't used them, which means they'll sell for more. Weapons sell based on a combination of what they are, what they do, etc. There's a whole slew of things, so don't worry too much about it. Otherwise, some items, like the Regal Sword, cannot be sold because they are unique to a character. This is Ike's sword, and, well, that's how it's going to stay. Otherwise, if you have excess gear, you can feel free to sell it. And that's pretty much everything in there. Otherwise, you have Manage, where you can award any bonus experience you've accrued. So, how this works. Basically, you take a unit that you like. Let's say, for this reference, Boyd. Now, at this point, we've earned a whopping 1,060 points of bonus EXP. That is phenomenal at this point in the game. So, add up to 100 experience points at a time, and you can then level up a unit. Now, if I were you, don't do this before saving your game, because the levels you earn by awarding bonus EXP are not set. With bonus EXP and saving and reloading, you can make sure a unit gains every single stat, if you have the patience. Now look, you aren't supposed to do this. This game is set up in such a way that you should be able to finish it just fine by not cheating levels like this or essentially save scumming. But frankly, I'm going to be using it. I'm not going to make it so they gain every single stat every single time I use bonus EXP. But there are going to be units that I need to make sure are good so we can get through the game. Ike is especially one of them. I wouldn't give him any bonus EXP until he is promoted, which is a long ways off. So don't worry about him. He'll be just fine. And otherwise, for all these other units here, I wouldn't really bother. None of them are going to need it right away. And there are units coming up that are going to really appreciate the bonus EXP that you have. So I would wait on it. Otherwise, skills. Oh, baby. This is where you can look at all of the skills that a unit has. First and foremost, Boyd. Not only can you assign a skill, you can remove it. Get rid of Tempest immediately. You do not want it. Because of this, Boyd has now become a significantly better unit. Seriously. Now, because you are probably going to use him, you could leave it on him for this map, but I just get rid of it and call it a day. I don't want to think about his Tempest ability at all. Otherwise, we did receive the Miracle Scroll, which, as you can see, has a cost of 5 capacity. So, Miracle has a chance of reducing any lethal blow to half damage. Say Oscar would take 31 damage, Miracle could activate based on his skill, and he would instead take, I believe it rounds up, so he would take 16 damage. It's pretty darn useful. To be completely honest, this is a skill you probably want to give Ike, just because if he dies, it is game over. So for now, we'll give Ike Miracle. It's pretty good. Now, the other big thing, support. In here, you can now build supports between units. Supports are a Fire Emblem staple that more recent games have really delved into, and there's only benefits to doing these. However, in a lot of the older Fire Emblems, specifically Blazing Blade, Sacred Stones, and Path of Radiance, as well as Radiant Dawn, you can only view a max of 5 supports between your characters per character. So Ike, for reference, can view a support with Oscar right now. Should they do this, this will increase, I believe, their evasion based on their elemental affinity. There's a whole thing with this, and basically just know that supports make it so when these units are by each other, they get benefits. The benefits range from more damage, more defense, higher evade, higher dodge, all sorts of things. It's super useful. Though, you gotta remember, you can only have at most 5 conversations. Any given support in the game can go from C rank to B rank to A rank. Now, there's one thing I'm going to point out right now. Soren and Ike have a special thing that occurs in the next game if you carry over a save, I believe in New Game Plus, which I happen to be in, that allows them to get a special cutscene if they have an A rank support. It might be this game, but I'm pretty sure it's the next game. Point is, most people A rank Ike and Soren for that reason, and frankly, I probably will too. The other reason too is that you get a lot of very important story with Soren that you otherwise wouldn't get, so I would recommend it. Otherwise, assuming we bring Soren to A rank, we'll probably give Ike some affinity with somebody else later down the line, though no, Oscar and him are a really great pair. Otherwise, you can see anyone else that also has bonds. Soren has Ike in one other character, so really, if you plan on using Soren, which I do, you may as well rank him A with Ike anyways. Oscar has some good ones, so does Boyd. Otherwise, the rest, I don't really care about. You can get through the entire game without using this at all, but it is kind of a cool feature. Otherwise, info! With this, you can talk to all sorts of different people who can give you really good advice, information, or items if you're lucky. So, let's get talking.
Well, hello. You must be the young commander I've heard so much about. My, and you are a young one, aren't you? And you must be from the merchant caravan Titania told me about, the one that asked to travel with us.
Yep, that's us. It must have been fate that brought us all here together. If you'll offer us protection, we'll supply you with the provisions you require, at a reasonable price, of course. What do you say? For the greater good of us all, wouldn't you agree?
Well, it's a sound proposition.
Yes, and we have an agreement. I'm the weapon merchant Mustin. Now be sure to stock the weapons you prefer.
And I am Amy, a vendor of various goods. I have a wide variety of items for sale. I hope you'll stop by soon.
The name's George. I buy things. Anything, really. You've got any weapons or items you don't need, bring them to me. My name's Daniel. I'm a craftsman. I specialize in made-to-order items.
There's one last item to cover. If you'd like, we can also act as a storage warehouse of sorts, carrying your extra things. What do you think?
That would be fantastic. We recently left our stronghold, and I was afraid we'd have to carry our goods ourselves. I'm happy to take you up on your offer.
Very good. Well then, may our enterprise be profitable for us all.
So yeah, there's all the merchants. They'll pretty much be your best friends from here on out. So, hey, pretty cool.
I hear someone. Is it coming from over here? Why? Greil, why? Why you? Why did you have to? Why?
And yeah, some scenes just give you a little info and show you what some characters are going through. I'm gonna do my best to view every single scene that we can, but I believe there are some that are basically exclusive to certain conditions being met that I just may not know about or I may not meet because I'm not planning on letting anyone die. I want to say there are some conversations that happen if, say, I don't know, some units die, but I also really don't know because I don't plan on letting it happen. So if there are, cool. If not, well, we'll see every of the conversations that'll happen normally. So, you know.
What's going on, Rolf? Oh, Ike, if you're wondering about Mist, she just fell asleep. Really? Sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you, Rolf. It's all right. I don't mind. It's getting late. You should get yourself to bed. I will, but... What is it? Mist is just fine. You're here, Ike, so she's fine. I mean, she's going to be just fine. Huh? That's all. Well, good night.
Rolf, thank you.
Hey, working already, Ike? If you need any help, just let me know.
Boyd, how do you feel about this?
About what?
About me being the new commander. Before you hated the idea, right? So I want to know the truth. Will you really take orders from me?
Well, I know what you can do and what you can't. I don't know if I want you in charge of things, or charge of things get really dangerous. But on the other hand, this is what Commander Greil wanted. He had faith in you, and I've got faith in him. The commander hired both Oscar and me. When our dad died, I was the one who had to care for baby Rolf. I had no clue what I was supposed to do. Oscar received a discharge from his military service and came home, but life was hard. That's when Commander Greil found us. He gave us jobs, place to sleep, food on our plates. He gave us our lives back.
Boyd, you've all worked off any debt that you may have owed him. You don't have any obligation to me.
This isn't about obligations anymore. Commander Greil always said we were all part of one big family, didn't he? I'll do anything to protect my family. That's why you can always count on me.
I see.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. But don't you ever try to hold us at arm's length. You got that?
Don't worry about that. I'm going to work you to the bone.
Oh, really? I'll take whatever you can dish out. Try me.
Reese,
Ike,
what were you doing?
I was praying.
For my father?
Yes, you see, the commander, he...
Reese,
I'm sorry, I know this must be so much harder on you. Forgive me.
a long time ago, my father told me a story about the dead. He said the more tears we shed, the more blessings they receive in the hereafter. I envy you, Reese. For some reason, I can't seem to cry at all. Reese, if you could, shed a tear for me too. I'd be grateful.
Ike, I would be honored.
Thanks, Reese. Thanks for caring so much about my father.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I relate pretty deeply to that with Ike. I also couldn't cry when my father died. So, I really feel for him here. Ike is a super relatable character to me. Otherwise, once you've done all that, you can also save the game. This is so useful. So, let's save the game. Ta-da! Now, the nice thing is that once you've saved, it'll show you that you're at the base, which is super nice. So you know what your save is and where it's at. Now, because we've saved the game, let's try giving some bonus EXP. I'm going to use Boyd as our guinea pig just because he's so close to a level. But for reference, for say Soren, it'll take him 33 EXP to reach level 9. For Boyd, it'll take 18. Now, notably, the higher level a unit is, the more bonus EXP you're going to have to give them. Early on, it's pretty one-to-one, but later, you're going to be spending double, if not triple, the amount of EXP you would technically need to level up a unit. So you could be spending upwards of 200, 300, even 400 EXP in terms of the number of bonus EXP. So for reference, if we add 1 bonus EXP to Titania to get her to 20 EXP, it takes 2 points of our bonus EXP. As you can see, it's not quite linear. When we go up from 6 to 7, it uses 1 point, but then it uses 2. So you gotta be a little careful and make sure you're actually watching the bonus EXP number. You can just, jam it willy-nilly, call it good, but you can blow through a lot of EXP that way quickly. So, let's try it out. Here you go, Boyd. He'll level up, and let's see what he gets. Strength and speed. Not terrible. Though, I would like it if he got some defense. So, let's hit the reset button. Just like that, the GameCube will reset, bring you right back to the title screen, and it's not that slow. You can hit restart chapter, it'll be right where you were, and bada bing, bada boom, you're right back in. So, let's try it again. See if we can get him some attack, speed, and defense. HP, strength, skill, luck, and res. Not a bad level, but it wasn't what I wanted. So, let's reset again and try it again. Like I said, when you're doing this, it might take you a fair bit of time to get the actual stats you want. And to be honest, the sequel to this game, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, not Path of Radiance, my goodness, that's what we're playing, handles bonus EXP, I think, a lot better. Whenever you give a unit a level of bonus EXP in this game, it's totally random. They could get nothing. That's why I'd always advise saving, because you might get some really bum levels like we're experiencing with Boyd here. Which is why, frankly, I don't feel that bad saving and restarting like this so many times. Because, hey, sometimes you just really need a unit to gain a good level. And this also, I feel, gives you a really good reason to actually go for bonus EXP. With bonus EXP, you can game levels and try to make sure a unit becomes better than they ever could have been otherwise. Now, like I said, the sequel handles this a lot better. Basically, in Radiant Dawn, whenever you use bonus EXP and a level gains a unit, they will at minimum gain 3 stats, which is phenomenal. Like I said, in this game, it's a total crapshoot. You might get nothing. You might get 1 stat. You might get 2. You could level up every single stat every single time. It's totally random. So, I like that in Radiant Dawn, it always gives you something so long as they can gain something. Obviously, a unit that has a capped out stat can't gain things. But, as you can see, taking the time to level a unit and game their levels like this might take quite a bit of time. So, I like to set out for myself, like, hey, I want this unit to at least gain these 3 or maybe just 2 stats, and anything else they gain or happen to gain once they hit that is bonus. Like I said, for Boyd, I really need him to gain strength, speed, and defense. That is kind of imperative, especially for this coming chapter. Unfortunately, Boyd has ridiculously low chances of gaining a defense level. I want to say it's like a 35% chance. It is not good. So, I might be here a while doing this. And frankly, if he gets a level with just strength and speed, I might just call it good. Because frankly, I really don't want to be here all day. And you know what? That'll do. Strength, defense, good enough. Whatever. You gain skill, cool. Like I said, on some units, it really matters more, and I don't plan on using Boyd for, well, all that long. So, getting him 1 final good level, fine by me. Otherwise, frankly, out of everyone we have, Ike, Oscar, and Soren are the only ones of the original Greil Mercenaries I really plan on using. Obviously Ike, because, I mean, hey, he's the main character, you have to use him. There's no point not to. Soren, just because he's a really great story character and we're going to be seeing him throughout the whole game. And then Oscar is overall just a phenomenal unit. Plus, he's got a horse, so he's really good. Now, you could use Titania, and by using bonus EXP, by getting her really close to a level, and then gaming all of her levels, she can turn out to be a really phenomenal unit. But because you kind of have to do it like that, there's more a chance that she gets screwed in terms of stat totals than anybody else in the game, and it's just more effort to try to use her than not. So for now, while we still have open slots in our roster, of course I'm going to use her. But there will come a time where I'm not going to use her anymore. Most likely. Still, in a pinch, she can really help. So any extra EXP she gets in levels, I do kind of want to try to make sure they are good. Boyd, whatever. I don't plan on using him too long. Reese, he'll get replaced soon enough. And Mia, she's okay. There are significantly better units, and in this game especially, because the Levin sword doesn't exist and there's no other alternative way for sword units to attack at 2 range, they get greatly hindered. It's not so imperative that it's worth just completely tossing any and all sword units other than Ike, but it's seriously a determining factor on making them less useful. So just keep in mind that most sword units are kinda eh. They can be really good, don't get me wrong, but Mia, especially at this point in the game, just suffers from having pitifully low HP. I mean, seriously. All of our frontline fighters have 30 or more health. Mia is at 21. She has less health than our mage and our cleric. I mean, seriously. It's just not great for her. She is a unit that honestly you really could do with patching up with bonus EXP if you really like her a bunch. And to be fair, she's a fun character. So, up to you. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll be using her for all that long. Still, there's one last thing we gotta go over. And man, let me tell you, this is a lot of stuff. I know. So, the shop. We can forge items. This is where axes become some of the best weapons in the game. Let's show off a sword, right? We can forge an iron sword for the base price of 460 gold. Sure, looks good. You can now adjust the power and make it way more powerful. You could adjust the hit rate, make it incredibly accurate, lower or increase the weight, or increase the crit rate. As you can see, if we increase everything, this makes a sword that would be really phenomenal on paper, but we just cannot afford this. This is well out of our price range. Still, it'd be pretty good. So we'll say no. Axes, on the other hand, for whatever reason, they are insanely cheap. Look at that. 13 power? 100% chance to hit? At 5 weight? You can afford this absolutely. By giving this axe to Boyd, he can be a phenomenal early unit. However, there's one big thing to consider. Your money. You do not have a lot of money at this point in the game, and frankly, it's gonna be that way for a while. Eventually, you'll come into so much money you won't know what to do with it. But let's be honest, you should forge every single chapter, because it'll just make you better weapons than you otherwise could obtain. So, for the coming chapter, I would recommend either get Boyd a really good axe, or give Oscar a really good lance. I'm more of the opinion of giving Oscar a lance just because I like him a lot more as a unit. However, like I said, different forges cost different amounts. So let's see what we can do for a lance here. Let's up the attack and see, that's almost as expensive as a fully kitted axe. And then let's increase the hit rate. And frankly, I think that'll be good. Though, thinking on it, let's be honest, Boyd really needs the help. So, let's crank him a nice big ol' axe. Frankly, we can just leave the weight. He has enough strength for the axe's weight to not matter. So, sounds good. It'll cost us a bunch of money. And we can change the weapon's name. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. I love giving weapons unique names. I think it's so fun. So, just to start it out nice and simple, I like to usually just name their first weapon after them. So, this will be the Boyd Axe. Otherwise, the menu's a little funky here. So there we go. Then the space is down there in the corner for whatever reason. It's fine. And there you go. It's the Boyd Axe. You can also change its color. Notably, you can't change the entire thing's color, but you can change some of it. So, sure, we'll make it green like his hair. And then you can sort who to give it to. Boyd's inventory is a little full, so we'll just send it to the convoy for now. We'll pull it out in just a moment. So, there we go. Let's also, for now, give Titania the hand axe. I'll probably buy her another one, to be completely honest. They are phenomenally useful. But for now, let's grab the Void Axe. There we go. That'll be his favorite weapon. And then, honestly, I'm not a big fan of doing it, but because of how the inventory works out, I might want to just sell this hand axe and buy her a fresh new one. Still, for this point in the game, that's kind of, well, let's be honest, it's being wasteful. So let's put Boyd's default iron axe in the convoy. And then let's actually trade this back to him. I know I'm a little wishy-washy on this, but it's fine. Boyd's never really going to use the hand axe. Like, he can in a pinch, but he's not accurate enough for him to really warrant it. And then we will buy a hand axe. Whoops, not the shop. The armory is what I want for Titania. Because she has the actual skill to really make use of this, so it's going to be way better on her. You could also buy Soren another fire tome, but you'll be fine. The only other thing I might recommend is getting Oscar a new iron lance, just because, let's be honest, that 6 durability isn't going to do a lot for him. So we can still give him the steel lance, that's not a bad idea, but I think I do want to buy him another iron lance and then leave the old one here. For now, 2. Maybe let's also drop the short spear, just because that's a little more powerful than what he really needs. So let's go to not the shop. Gosh darn it, I'm going to keep doing that. Let's grab him another iron lance. Give it to Oscar. There we go. He should be nice and good. Everyone else should have plenty of weapons. I mean, Ike and Mia should be just completely stocked up. Otherwise, too, I'm going to put the chest key, and not the iron sword, in the convoy, because we don't need it coming up. I think I do want to give Ike a new iron sword, though, just so he doesn't completely blow through that one, though I will keep his old one on him, just so he can use it up. And then for Mia, I will give her the Armor Slayer, just because she doesn't otherwise have a way to really fight armored units, unlike Ike, who has the Regal Sword. So that should be good. A large part of Fire Emblem, to be completely honest, is inventory management. You're going to be doing this constantly. So we've almost taken 40 minutes just to manage our inventory, which is insane. So let's save the game and get to the actual darn chapter. And let me tell you, this is a brutal one. Luckily, next time we do anything like this, it won't take nearly as long, so I won't have to explain any of it, but you get the idea. So, let's hop in.
Good morning, Ike. How are things going? Does everything look good? Titania, did you get enough rest? Enough as could be expected, given everything that's been going on, but now we've got some business to deal with. First, we need some new recruits. Oh, but our audience with King Gallia comes first. Any word from the palace? No, nothing yet. According to the Lagoos who brought our food, we should be receiving word sometime soon, but...
Ike, I've got bad news. Look out the window. Oh boy.
That's not what I think, is it?
If I'm not imagining things, that's a squad of Dane soldiers. Why do they have to show up now? Now what gives? We're inside Gallia's borders, aren't we? They must be out of their minds to pursue us this far. If they've come this far, I'm sure getting out of here alive was never one of their priorities. We're in trouble. They have us completely surrounded. We cannot escape.
So many of them, and so few of us. It doesn't look good, does it?
Doesn't matter. We have to fight. Greil Mercenaries, ready yourselves.
Yes, sir.
I'll begin formulating a strategy immediately.
Ike, brother.
Mist, I want you and Rolf to go in the back and hide.
But Ike...
Just do it now. Everything will be fine, but I need you to do this, all right?
All right. Be careful. It's happening again. My medallion's glowing. Mother, Father, if you can hear me, please watch over Ike. Please, will you protect him?
Oh, yeah. We've got a brutal defense map coming up. This is a tough map. What's worse is Shannon and Gotri just left ya.
All right, everyone. Are you ready? Greil Mercenaries, move out.
So yeah, this is also the first map where you can choose units. Now, in order to receive the bonus EXP for this map, you need to leave behind a unit. This is an extremely tough call, and if you don't care about bonus EXP, if you've gotten enough, don't worry about it. Everyone here has a use. Now, that being said, I would recommend either leaving behind Reese, just because he cannot fight and can only heal, or I would probably recommend leaving Mia behind. She is an insane liability. However, she can fight. So, the only other person I could recommend leaving behind is Titania. She's a paladin, she's a high level, though her stats are probably really needed. There's no good call here. Overall, I think I want to leave behind Mia. As much as I like her, there's going to be another unit later that just outclasses her entirely, and her damage is just so lackluster. Though, I could try leaving behind Reese. There's just not a good call. He can heal, sure, but you gotta ask yourself, at most, how many heals is he gonna get off? Maybe 8? At that point, just have people use vulneraries. So, we're gonna try it. Overall, Soren should probably never plan on getting hit, so you might want to just give something of his to someone, but for now, it should be fine. I think we should be okay. Especially because we gave Boyd the Boyd Axe, he should be alright. Now the other nice thing is that because we can save the base, you can also save here. So, let's do it. I don't think I want to reposition anybody, but just in case, let me look. Most people should be fine where they are. I plan on having Ike and Boyd going here to the left. I'll probably have Mia intermittently go between them. Titania's going to tank the entirety of the south because the boss is down here. He has a soldier band, which don't worry about, but if you can kill him, it's all that more extra EXP. There's also this priest here who has a red gem. You can sell this for a bunch of money. You'll want that. Titania's ultimate goal is to get down here and kill the priest while blocking all these soldiers. Oscar is going to be sitting over here with Soren, because this is a one-way choke point. And then otherwise, Mia, Boyd, and Ike are going to work their way north to meet with Ilyana. This is the first instance of an enemy unit that you can recruit. This isn't supposed to be immediately apparent, but trust me, you want Ike going this way. So, that's the game plan. I think because of that, we're going to move people like so, and it should be good. Now, because we're leaving behind Reese, this is going to be a very tough chapter, so be careful. Worst case, if I can't do this, I'm going to admit it and just bring Reese and void the bonus EXP. Still, let's give it a shot. Alright, so first things first, these knights. Most likely Mia is not going to be able to deal with them in one round, but we can still take our time and get people close. Overall, I think I want Boyd to use the Boyd Axe just to guaranteed get some nice damage. We'll move Mia in here with the Armor Slayer. Then we'll get Ike right behind. Otherwise, you got to be careful over here, because not only are there soldiers with longbows, there are mages. These mages are going to cause some big issues for Oscar. So I'm going to put him right here, and we're going to equip, for now, the Iron Lance. Specifically set up like that. And then otherwise, Titania can come down here. I think you need to be a little careful because I want to say, yeah, some of these guys have swords, so be careful about that. Otherwise, because some have a javelin, this is where I would recommend equipping the hand axe, or even the pole axe if you really want to do some damage. I'm going to equip the hand axe, call it good. Otherwise, I want Soren. I want to say, gotta be careful. Yeah, this guy has a longbow. Because of this, he can hit an absurdly long range. So I'm going to have Soren go right here. He should be okay to tank one hit, but you still got to be a little careful. Oh boy. Titania should be fine, especially if she hits crits like that. That is beautiful. First enemy down. I would not worry about using Titania on this map. Just let her do her thing. She is such an important asset on this map that honestly, I wouldn't trust anyone to really guard this southern exit. Maybe Ike. But the issue with that is that he's the only one who can recruit Ilyana. So you're kinda hosed. Unfortunately, Boyd doesn't have the defenses to tank all of these cavalry units who will just canto and move away to let others get in and hit him. So maybe you could let Oscar be here, but there's really no alternative to Titania. I would just let her do her job and call it a day. Now, ultimately, I am really worried for Oscar. Him and Soren usually have a pretty tough time over to the right. But if you just play it safe, take it slow, they should be okay. Worst case too, you can really bottleneck units on this map using those stairs, so I would make sure you are doing that. Still, so far so good. Titania's holding her own. I didn't have any worry that she would, but still, it can be a little worrisome. Especially these guys with swords. So long as she beat the enemies with the throwing weapons, she should totally be fine to switch to like a javelin or a iron lance or something. Speaking of javelins, here's this knight. A little bit of damage, not phenomenal, but is what it is. Another one, which with how they are positioned, that is ideal, because this way Soren won't be getting shot by archers, namely that longbow. And, as you can see, it'll take Oscar quite a bit of time to whittle through all these knights, which is ideal. This way, too, he should only be getting shot by this one longbow, which, frankly, we have no use for. We will never have a unit that can ever use the longbow, because it is exclusive to the sniper class. There's only 2 possible snipers in the game, neither of which I plan on using, because they're both not very good. One of them is Shannon, so we already have seen half of the possible snipers. The pickings are slim. The other one, you might know who it is, but I'm not gonna spoil it. And the big thing too is that because it's exclusive to snipers specifically, any other unit that can learn how to use bows still can't use the longbow. So there's just no point. Otherwise, it kind of sucks. Mia took some damage there, but that's fine. We'll swap her out with Ike. Boyd is the other one that I'm really worried about, but see, that's why I wanted the Boyd axe, is so he could do some good damage. Beautiful. Now, the big thing you gotta be worried about, Ilyana will try to fight you. She is still an active enemy, so you gotta be careful. Good miss. And as you can see, with that good level in the custom axe we made Boyd, he is far and away doing so much better than he ever would have. Now, I could have left Tempest on him, so that way his biorhythm effects were still really helping him, but I'm not too worried about it. Also, that's awesome that that mage came up there. Or, well, the cleric. Because Titania should be able to kill him. Also, let me look. Mostly swords. Beautiful. I realized I didn't give her a, I didn't give her a lance. That's fine, though. Because if we kill this mage now, well, the cleric, we can get that red gem. Oh, look at that. Titania's ready. Getting that beautiful crit. And ideally, if she finishes up down here quicker than the other sides do, you can totally let her come and help people. So what I would do over here, have Soren take out the armor knights, and then just let Oscar sit where he is and just heal himself. That's how you're going to survive over here. The only worry is that Soren might tank a bunch of bow hits, which might be really dangerous. Because of that, you might want to keep Mia or someone around just to rescue him. But for now, we'll call it good. Chug a vulnerary. Cross our fingers. Otherwise, you could canto him forward. I'm not going to. The biggest issue, too, is that mage. That's a really dangerous unit. But, well, we'll just not worry about it for now. Now, what I'm going to do is I know Ike is a fairly competent unit. So, I'm going to move him in front. And I think I'm just going to let him go to town. He has plenty of HP. He has good defense. His avoid rate's pretty fair. So I'm going to let him do what he does. Nice miss. And then I think I'm going to move Boyd next to him, to his right, and have him chug a vulnerary. Again, we really need to be careful here. So it's kind of imperative that, you know, we're taking our time, especially because we know Boyd doesn't have very good defense. I'm also going to let Mia stay behind Ike, so hopefully she can draw some bow fire and just take some hits, essentially. All right, fingers crossed. Guy's running away, which is totally fine. Hopefully, with the extra accuracy of the Iron Axe, Titania will finish these guys off. Well, if not, it's okay. She can chase him down, too. That's totally fine. Let's see what happens here. I want to say most of these knights and the bow guys are going to go for Oscar just because they can sneak in cheap damage without getting hit by Soren. But we're going to see. It's really the guy with the long bow that I'm worried about. But it looks like things should be fine. This is probably the scariest side just because Oscar has to do a lot of tanking. And if you didn't level him up as much as I have, you may seriously struggle over here. There's that darn longbow. Now, something you could do is when the longbow guy gets closer and into range of like a javelin or something, you could totally have Oscar switch to the javelin and start chucking it at him. It's not a bad idea. That also keeps things a little safer for Soren, but, well, we'll see what happens. We've already accomplished one major goal of this map, which was get the red gem. The other major goal is recruit Ilyana. If we can do that, then we're good to go. Ooh, nice. The guy has 1 HP. That's awesome. Ideally, Ike will handle whatever comes his way, and hopefully we can get to Ilyana next turn. That's my hope. I'm not going to bank on it, but fingers are crossed. Ike is going to be kind of the star here, too. This is another reason why I really try to focus on getting Ike as much EXP as I can early, because I know this map is coming, and it is tough. It is a hard map. Again, this is a terrible time for them to have taken Gotri away. It would have been awesome if they let you keep him, because then you could have just put him down at the bottom, and he'd have been totally fine. But they didn't do that, so you're kind of hosed. Okay, Ilyana moved in close. This is a really compromising situation. Let's let Boyd swing on this guy. We're going to get a little risky here with our HP, but we kind of have to. We don't really get a good choice, which sucks. So let's do that. Let him take that guy out. Ike is just way too hurt to do anything of note. Let's see if Mia can take out... She can, the cleric. Beautiful. That's what I was hoping for. Oh, she missed. That's extremely bad. We might be able to play it in our favor, though. So let's have Ike chug a vulnerary. And again, me moving Mia where I did may seriously backfire. I'm hoping this soldier shoots Boyd. And then this cleric moves, I don't know, does something else. And then this soldier comes up, hits like Ike, and then Ilyana does something. It's not great. So we're just going to kind of cross our fingers and hope. Ideally, Titania can beat this guy up, which would be totally fine. Good, good. And then I might have her just chill where she is and get some healing. I want to put her, like, right here. Otherwise, back over here. Soren's going to keep nuking dudes with his magic. Totally fine. And then basically we're just going to be back to letting Oscar heal himself. Kind of not a whole lot you can do. It's really just crossing your fingers and hoping. Come on, Soren. Oh, he gained a strength level. Oh, that's extremely rare. That's really good because that effectively gave him a point of speed. Because again, although they're tomes and they have books, they still weigh you down. So that's really great. Otherwise, what you could do here, you could sneak in, use the javelin and start poking the bow guys, which isn't a terrible idea. The only problem is, though, the javelin doesn't have a whole lot of durability, so you might need to be careful with that. I'm just going to let Oscar keep doing what he's doing. Chug a vulnerary, just keep it safe. I'm worried about the left side, but, oh, we're going to hope. Also, too, those mages are really scaring me. Oh, this is hilarious. So if you notice, because I moved Titania from blocking the castle there, these enemies are trying to get there to capture it. This effectively lured them back so she could defeat them. So technically this was the right play. I didn't mean to do it, but hey, it worked out. All right, more javelin. Nice miss. That'll save us some headache. Right. Ooh, steel lance. That's gonna hurt. Come on, Oscar. Ow. Now, ideally, if that's the only damage he's taking, it should be okay. His lance broke. That's fine. Ooh, and here's what I was worried about. Is this guy going for Soren? He shouldn't kill him, but he's going to hurt him pretty bad, which sucks, but he can at least take another hit, so I'm not terribly worried. Also, this is what I really didn't want happening. Uh-oh. We're going to bank on Mia dodging, but it's not looking great. Vantage, all right. Uh-oh. That's the opposite of what we needed to happen. Cleric ran to the back? Oh, Ilyana ran to the front. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We can make this work. So, first and foremost, Ike, talk to Ilyana.
Huh? Who are you?
I'm a traveling mage. My name is Ilyana. This castle. Oh,
Hey, are you alright?
I'm sorry. The rain is so cold. I feel like I'm freezing.
You don't look too good. Are you sick? Do you need medicine?
You're awfully kind, aren't you?
You know, you don't look like any Daean soldier I've ever seen. Are you really one of them? Or have they press-ganged you into service?
I was traveling with some merchants, but we got separated. I came here to escape this rain, but some soldiers in black found me. They thought I was a Crimean
A refugee. Oh?
I tried to tell them who I was, but they wouldn't believe me. They said they would put me to the sword if I didn't help fight you. I'm very sorry.
Don't apologize. You don't have any choice. If it had been me, I'd have done the same. But listen, I think I've seen the merchant convoy you were traveling with in the castle. There was a weapons vendor named Mustin, and I think a woman named Aimee sold items.
That's them. Oh, that's incredible. Are they all unharmed? Where are they?
They're fine. In fact, we've all come to an agreement that they're traveling with us now. I don't see any reason we should go on fighting. If you're with them, we can protect you from Dane.
You're right, yes. Would you please allow me to join your company too?
That sounds fine, Ilyana. This is a dangerous place. Go ahead and seek safety within the castle. We'll hold off the enemy troops.
No, I'll fight too.
But you're sick.
You'll need some help. This isn't the full force of Daean soldiers. More of them are waiting in the forest. You need me.
Well, I wish you weren't right, but sounds like we will need your help.
I'm just glad to get away from those awful black-clad soldiers.
Nice. And now we recruit her. Ike can pop a vulnerary. And otherwise, at this point, let's just take a step back, let everyone heal, and call it a day. That was the ideal scenario, and I'm happy it happened like that. This way, too, we can let Boyd and Ilyana basically just start attacking from the back row, which is going to be super useful. Otherwise, what is your speed? 9, and you have 1 strength. Okay. What are the bow units? 7. Okay. So let's move her to the back, and let's equip her Thunder Tome, and call it good. Otherwise, Titania, you should be able to finish this guy off, no problem. And then basically, she's just gonna go for the boss, more or less. There's really no actual reason for me to do that, though I want her to gain some EXP, so call it cool. What is your range? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what do you got? Ooh, a short spear. Okay, so we'll move her right here. That'll be fine. Otherwise, over here, this is where things are going to get a little interesting. Again, I would like it if Oscar can start taking out this bow unit. So let's do it. The only thing I'm worried about is that this might prompt the bow unit to run away, get healed, and then a mage might sneak in and blast Oscar. I am really hoping that is not what happens, but it just might. What else do you got? What's the other guy? A javelin? Okay. Let's let Soren still blow this dude up and hope that that sword unit goes instead where he was. That would be ideal. I'm really banking on a lot of things to happen here, which is not a great idea, but we kind of got to do what we got to do. So, here's to hoping. The other bad thing that could happen is say, yep, okay, this is what I was worried about. If he hits Soren, he might die. Okay, whew. Soren will retaliate, which is totally fine. Longbow guy will probably shoot Soren, which is not ideal, but it's okay. Ooh, he took a vulnerary and healed. Okay. Hopefully Oscar can still take him out. That would be ideal. Assuming his javelin survives. Again, we're doing a lot of assuming here and hoping. Oh boy. Things are getting a little closer than I would like. Again, it's those mages I'm really worried about. Alright. So far, so good, though. And I may totally just have to take an off turn with Soren and Oscar to just sit there and heal. If we gotta, we gotta. I'd rather be safe. Alright, here's what I'm worried about. Oh boy. Ow. Wow, he just outright kills him. Okay, that's not what I expected. Hopefully it's a good level. I guess we'll see. Again, we gamed one, so whatever. Alright, not bad. HP and strength, you can always use that. This other soldier, who I bet he's gonna kill, which is gonna put him in some real danger. Okay, good, he missed. Whew. Had that guy hit Boyd, there's a very high chance he would have died. Because he would have killed this guy, then the sword dude would have killed him. So Boyd should be okay. Which is great. Ooh, that's a steel blade. Okay. Yeah, Boyd's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, he definitely would have died if he got hit. Oh boy. That's where sometimes it's better to let a unit who can't kill enemies be in the lead. Okay. So otherwise, with this archer, let's just let Mia start beating the ever-loving god out of him. Because this will let her gain some EXP. And then I think I want to send Ike over here to the right so he can start helping Soren and Oscar. I think that's the right call. I could have Ilyana help. I don't really use her, to be honest. I've never found her that useful. And to be fair, she's not a bad mage. It's just, I don't know. I never really use her. So, like, I think I will just move her over here to try to give Soren her tomes. Then Boyd. Let's put Boyd right here. Equip the hand axe. And then chug a vulnerary. He should be fine. Then let's start moving Ike over to the right. I guess we'll shove Ilyana. Sure. And then... this is really, really not good. You can take him out. Alright, let's do it. Maybe I'll have Titania come over here. That might be helpful too. I'm just real scared for Oscar. Because again, those mages can do so much damage to him. That's really the biggest thing I'm worried about. You know, if you got a res level, I would not complain. Skill and some luck. Okay. He's gonna need some luck, let me tell you. Also, we got a longbow. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. How much damage did you do? 15? Thorn has 3, so he'd take what? 12? He could tank that. You do what? 10? Soren has 11. Okay, so the mages can't hurt him, so that's good. I guess let's blow up this knight? Sure. One of the few times where taking the offensive actually is helping. And then I guess I'm going to let Titania chug a vulnerary and go for the boss over here. How much do you do? You have what? A 23 versus 12, so you take 13 damage. Versus what? 14, so an extra 2, so we're at what? 15, so 17, so you need to be above 17 health. She can do that. She can do that. Now, the only unfortunate thing, this dude is absolutely going to use that short spear. So let's make him. Let's force him to use that. Put the hand axe, chug a vulnerary. She should be A-okay. And let's see what happens. I'm a little worried about this, but should be okay.
What? They still resist? Impossible! Fight, dogs! Focus! Forward! Press forward!
I totally misread whatever he said, but whatever. He's just some random boss. Doesn't matter too much. Ooh, and good damage, too. Awesome. Again, if she can take him out, then she can start focusing on other things, which would be really nice. Alright, here's what I was worried about. Soren's going to be taking a bow shot, and Oscar's going to be taking a... Ooh, adapt! Awesome, that means Soren's going to beat him. And he didn't even take the hit. That's really good. Oh, that's really good. But here's the issue. Oscar could get hit by both mages now, which is really dangerous. He might just die. Good level for Soren. I'm really hoping Oscar doesn't die, because then we'd have to redo the whole map, and I'm going to lose all these levels, which terrifies me. Oh, you do damage. I don't like that. Oh, boy. Fingers are crossed. Oh, he's going for Soren. Okay, huge. Awesome. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's really good. Because Soren won't take damage. Ooh, he'll even follow up with Adept. Nice. Get 2 attacks. And a third. Wow, Soren almost took him out. Dang. Awesome. All right. All right, things went way better than I ever imagined. That's so good. Whew. Seriously, sometimes you leave too many things up to variables in these games, and it just gets really scary. It just gets really scary. Honestly, too, I might let Boyd kill that enemy and leave Mia at the 98 EXP she is, and then game her level so that way she's good. Because honestly, part of me does really want to try to use her. She's not a bad unit. It's just, you gotta put a lot of work and love into her. So I don't know, I might try it. And I mean, to be fair, if I can make sure she gets a good level compared to just getting a poor level that she'll never use, that's probably better. So, Boyd, be my guest. Also, what do these guys have? Javelin and an Iron Lance. Okay. That brings up the question. You have a decent chance of hitting him. Let's just leave you out of harm's way for now. And how do you do with the steel axe? Not phenomenal, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Hand axe ain't great either. Yeah, let's just try steel. Because if I can save the Boyd axe, I would rather do that. Cool, awesome. Saves up some durability. I would much rather prefer that. Look, frankly, that axe is an investment. Mia, I'm gonna move you over here. And I probably won't even have you heal. That'll be fine. Ike. I don't have anything good for you to do. Tanya. Yep, you can finish off the boss with your steel axe. Let's do it. Oh, she missed. Uh-oh, that's really bad. Oh, he missed too. All right, fair enough. Still, if this is the only thing she needs to do, well, it's not that big a deal. I'll just leave her here. Should be fine. Soren, you could get the kill on this mage. That wouldn't be terrible. Let's do it. Let's let Soren get the kill on the mage. Why not? It's totally safe for Oscar, so may as well. And then I think I'll let Oscar poke his head out, hit the cleric that's there, see if he can kill him, and then bring him back in. Seems like a good plan to me. But I know there's this soldier over here. I'm not really worried about him. I'm just worried about the extra mage. So, like, we do some of this. Oh, yeah, you've got plenty of javelin left, too. Beautiful. Ow. Alright, I figured he would miss one of them, but it was worth a shot. Then we'll just Canto him right back. Should be fine. Ilyana, I'm just going to have you sit here. I really don't have a use for you. And honestly, you know what? Let's let Ike go back up here with Boyd. And he can help clear out some enemies. Next turn, Titania should kill the boss. Should. Big keyword being should there. Also weird, he's running that way. Interesting. Not what I expected. But sure. Ooh, more dudes. Okay, well that makes things a little more interesting. Also, this guy has a pure water, which slightly increases or decreases damage you take from magic. It's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. How much damage do you guys do? Just for reference. 1. And 1. Okay. That's about what I thought. So long as she hits this dude, he's dead. And she has, what, 2 90s? So she should be fine. Beautiful. Glory to Dane. Cool. Gets her a level. Kind of a shame, but hopefully it's good. If not, oh well. Not phenomenal, but it was defense, so usable. We get the soldier band, which I'll promptly be dropping. Again, we really don't want to use those because you shouldn't have them. Soren, can you kill this guy? No, you cannot. Okay. It was worth a check, I figured. Oscar can beat him up, though. And what about this mage? How much damage do you do? 9.
Okay. So, actually, it is totally safe for me to bring Oscar and Soren out here. It's completely safe. As funny as that is. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Again, should I be doing this? No, but it is safe, technically speaking. So let's do that. In fact, I'll just Kanto him back and then just let Soren come out here. Because then the mage will go for him and he can't be damaged. So, looks good to me. I know those reinforcements showed up. I'm not super worried about it. Get Soren some more EXP. Good. And then up here, got all these Lance guys. We got Boyd, who doesn't have a lot of health. We have Ike, and I mean, really, Ike could do some fair damage. Boyd, I'm a little worried about, right? Still, though, he actually does really good damage. So, like... we have some choices here. Let's get a little risky. This is not a smart decision, right? Like this is absolutely stupid. Let's equip Ike with that. And then these guys have what? A javelin and an iron lance. Okay. Boyd, using the hammer, has a really good chance of doing like 21 damage, right? This is more guaranteed, but I want to try to use the hammer. So let's then put Boyd here. And we will trade with Ike to grab a Vulnerary. Pop said Vulnerary, just to give Boyd a little bit of insurance. And then... let's... I could use Mia, right? Let's have Ilyana go here. And Mia go there, just because I don't want to use her for the rest of the map. And let's see what happens. I figured this guy would go for Ike. That's not a problem. Ike has plenty of HP and defense. He'll be fine. Plus the guy misses. No worries. Gets Ike that much closer to a level. Beautiful. And this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if Boyd could take this guy. He probably won't kill him, but he'll at least hurt him pretty good. Oh, if he doesn't miss. Come on, Boyd. What are you doing? Oh, what a shame. All right. It's fine. Try to trust in Boyd, and this is what he does. Soren starts beating up the other mage. Cool. Now, I am a little worried about that mage approaching Ike. That is a little scary, but it should be fine, ultimately. Tanya is going to clean up down here. No worries about that whatsoever. Yeah, feel free. Beat her up. You can try. I think what at actually, I don't even think they do damage now because she got that defense level. Hey, nice crit, too. Awesome. Tanya kicking ass, taking names. Love it. And let's see what happens with Ike here. I am admittedly a little curious. Some damage. Ike doesn't kill him. That'll actually be good defensively for him. So I'm okay with that. Ike gains a very strange level. Still, he got some speed, HP, and whatever else out of it. Not bad. Ooh, more reinforcements. Okay. Little spooky. Mia gains a whole 1 HP. Awesome. Sure. And then, I guess at this point, right, Oscar could totally just, like, go over here and fight these dudes. Like, he's doing fine. How much damage do you do, Oscar? Oh, you barely... You know what? You can kill him. Let's take a look here. Does this let you double him? No? Okay, cool. So, Oscar, kill the mage. If you can. It would be ideal. Awesome. I love it. Get you a little more EXP. And then let's put you, like, there, just to try to impede these guys. And then Soren, can you kill the cleric? You barely can't by 1. That is so sad. If he gets an adept, he can kill him. So, fingers crossed. Come on, Soren. Ah, no adept. All right. That's so funny, though. This poor cleric is just sitting here like, dude, I have 1 health. What is going on? I guess for giggles, we could have Titania start moving over here. That could be interesting. Sure. Oh yeah, the soldier band too. We gotta drop this. Drop. And back over here to Ike and Boyd, the goofballs. Boyd, I think I want you chug a vulnerary. And Ike, we're just gonna have you... Yeah, equip your iron swords, that way you're not missing. He should be fine though, 27 HP. He should be A-okay. Not too worried. Start working on that next level. And then that should be good. Fingers crossed. Let's see some magic happen. This javelin's gonna hurt when it hits, but it don't hit because Ike is just that good. We love to see it. All right, Boyd, come on. Don't miss with your hammer. This guy should have been dead by now. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. My goodness, Boyd. This is because I doubted you early on, isn't it? Oh, this is bad. Uh-oh. I didn't think. I didn't use my noggin. Oh, he's dead. Well, I'm gonna have to redo the chapter. So, I'll see you back once we get back to, whatever turn this was. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We had some good levels, too. Oh, man. Alright, I'll see you back. Okay, so for reference, that was literally the last turn. Oh, Fire Emblem, please never change.
There are still more of them. Everyone, fall back to the castle. Regroup. Regroup within the castle. Alas, not yet. Not yet. We will not fall.
Brother,
Mist, you're not supposed to be out here. I told you to stay.
I don't care.
Mist,
There's no way we can escape. This is it, isn't it? We're all going to die here, aren't we?
don't be foolish. No matter what happens, I'm making sure you and Rolf get out of here alive. If you're out of danger, you go straight to the palace and stay with Princess Alencia.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here with everyone. I'm staying with you. As long as I'm with you, I'm not afraid to die. We'll see Mother and Father. We'll all be together again. So please, stop telling me to leave you. I can't leave any of you again, all right?
All right, don't leave my side.
Thank you, brother.
But one thing, you're not going to see Mother just yet.
What?
I'm going to protect you. I'm not going to let you die. I gave Father my word.
Ike,
So few soldiers, and yet you managed to defeat our general? You fought well. But it all ends here. Prepare to die. Ah, no! What happened? What was that? Filthy beast, so strong. It's incredible.
Is that why people fear the Lagoose?
Oh, blasted, stinking beast.
So, are you two from the palace? Did the King of Gallia send you?
He did. I am Mordecai, warrior of Gallia. Your hair is blue. You are Ike. Is this correct?
That's right, I'm Ike. You saved us back there. Thank you.
Ranulph told me Ike is not a bad stranger. Mordecai and Ike, we will become friends.
you don't know that. You don't know if we can trust him. It's too soon to tell. He's a Beorc, a human. You know all humans have two faces.
Leaf.
Beorc, what's that?
That's what you are. We with the power are Lagoos, you soft, hairless things with no power at all. You are called Beorc.
What did you say?
Leaf, you are being bad. The king forbids this. You cannot fight with Beorc.
Most Beorc call us by hated names. Look at us with eyes filled with scorn. Subhuman? Hiss! Is that how Beorc treat their friends? Is that how Beorc treat their allies?
You're right. Some of us use that name far too readily. I guess if we had thought about it, we'd have realized it's not a polite term. But we didn't know you by any other name. I'm sorry.
You knew no other name for us? Are we really so little to you, human? You who forced us into slavery, how easily you forget. But we Lagoos, we remember. We remember how we have suffered at your hands. The king can say whatever he likes. I will not trust you. I warn you now, never speak to me in such a way.
Leave.
What's your point? Did you come all this way to complain to us? Haha, typical subhumans.
Scum! Those who use that name are enemies of Gallia.
Grot. Subhuman. Enemy. He is enemy.
You think you're humans? The only thing human about you is your conceit, you filthy, hairy subhuman.
Roar!
Mordecai, kill him!
Ike. Ow.
What?
Ike.
Ike, I'm sorry. I have hurt you. I did not intend to hurt you.
Mordecai, this injury is nothing. I'm fine.
You're nothing but a beast.
Soren, stand down.
Why did you stop me? He hurt you. He could have killed you. We can't let him get away.
If you hadn't provoked him, none of this would have happened, right?
But I only... I'm sorry.
Mordecai, Leith, I apologize on behalf of my company. Please forgive Soren. It's a poor excuse, but we recently lost some companions. We're tired, and we're not thinking straight.
Or clearly. Ike forgave Mordecai, so now I forgive Soren. No one need be angry.
I apologize as well. My behavior has been unkind. I forgot our mission, and I have blundered terribly.
Mission?
The king wants to see you. We are here to guide you to the royal palace.
Woo, not a moment too soon. I feel you, Leith. I blundered terribly too, seeing as Boyd died. Whoopsies. Hey, that's Fire Emblem, though. So although some of the levels weren't what they should have been, we got some good ones in return and some not so great ones. So it is what it is. Still, that'll be all for today. Next time we play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, well, we'll be going to the palace. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.